Let's do it.
I have never seen this movie and I know nothing about it.
Don't cry, shop girl.
I wanted it to be you. I wanted it to be you so badly.
Really?
No, you ran my business into the ground and you lied to me for weeks. I'm gonna find someone who respects me in my career.
Awesome. See you later, Lacey.
Yeah, that's fair.
The whole plot is the book executive, played by Tom Hanks, realizing that he's a heel and trying to make amends with the character played by Meg Ryan. The feminist version of that is he goes through all of the trouble of making amends and the woman never forgives him. I think there's a lesson there for all of us.
I have no further comment as I haven't seen this movie, but from what I could gather so far, the formula is romance movie plus feminism equals movie. Okay. Okay. Haven't seen any of these either, but I've seen a lot of jokes about it.
How did you get in here?
The window.
Do you do this a lot?
Past few months.
The past few months?
And of all of those jokes, this is the oldest and most obvious.
I like watching you sleep. I find it fascinating.
God, you're a stalker.
Oh,
Is this a feminist observation, guys? Because I've heard countless comedians do this material over the past 8 years.
Is Lacey Green aiming her criticism of Twilight to the male fan base, to this enormous male fan base?
No. I don't care how hot you are. You are a 100-year-old pedophile. Get out of my house before I call the cops.
There's a lot of really obviously stupid shit about Twilight. And what makes it funny is that despite how obviously stupid and shit it is, millions of young girls and indeed middle-aged women nevertheless fall for this pish and think it's hot.
Okay. I love you.
I am 17.
Is this what feminism does now? It just picks up on the jokes comedians were making 8 years ago.
You go take that fight to a bunch of teenage girls. Go do that. Go tell them that everything they enjoy is problematic.
Okay, seen this one. So which lyrics are we going for?
Tell me more, tell me more. Did she put up a fight? Whoa! Dude!
Really? Either you're all very adorable or you're not paying attention.
What do you mean, did she put up a fight? You know, she says no and then pushes you away. And
Seriously, dude, that's rape. What kind of relationships are you in?
The kind that you read about in romance fiction all the time? 90% of women's dirty fuck books are about rape. From start to finish, they're about a woman falling in love with her rapist. Are you going to do an expose on that little industry at some point, MTV?
My guess would be no. Just like, for whatever reason, Lacey Green can't identify the market for Twilight.
Dude, that's not okay, like, ever. I don't think we can be friends. You have to leave.
Now that is authentically feminist. Bravo.
Why did they not include the female point of view, which in Greece makes very clear that she was a willing participant?
Will you go out with me?
no.
I'm gonna ask you one more time. Will you go out with me?
I said no. I don't go out with guys who threaten suicide to guilt me into dating them.
Oh.
I only date guys who have big houses and cars and chromosomes I could steal. But after I've done all that shit to you, please feel free to kill yourself. It'll make it much easier for me to tell your children you hated them.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. You know what? No man should put himself in danger in order to ask a woman out. Or put himself in danger for her benefit whatsoever. They aren't worth it.
Oh, guys, I don't know what any of these things are.
I can get ass anytime I want. Shit. I have Carolyn upstairs, passed out cold.
Okay, and this is a continuing criticism that I have with each of them. They're actually changing the delivery of these lines to make them more sinister. And in the 16 Candles case, if you watch the entire video, you will find out that Caroline is one of those girls, and you could also include some young men in this category, who seems to get drunk specifically to have sex. In other words, she gets completely wasted, and she wants to have sex in that state.
I could violate her 10 different ways if I wanted to.
Most likely, Jake is aware that Caroline is into that shit, and he already has consent. He already knows that she's into it. And he's not. That's what this scene establishes. And if you take it in conjunction for the whole movie, that's what the whole movie establishes about Caroline, without judging her.
What are you waiting for?
He's waiting for her to wake up? That would be my guess. I have no fucking clue what's going on in this film. I don't want to be here. They made me do it.
Wait! Cut! Those can't be the actual lines, right?
Yes, you're playing a character who's fascinated by sex and phrases his questions poorly. If that's too risque for you, I'd advise you get a role in a feminist-approved genre of movie. Oh wait, romance was the only one left, and MTV just killed it.
Holy shit! Those are the lines?
Guys, we gotta change
It's
this.
like a rape commercial. It's creepy.
Is it as creepy as the don't rape commercials? Because those are really creepy and unnecessary. Oh, and they exist.
What is that? It's a rape whistle.
Ah, the old Richard Curtis schlockbuster. This I did see once. It's sort of the romantic comedy version of Magnolia. There's like 10 different stories, only very loosely related to each other. Which story are you going to do, guys? The one where Colin Firth gets cucked? Or the one where Emma Thompson gets cucked by Alan Rickman? Did you know women could get cucked? Oh no, sorry. Women are victims of adultery. Men are just cucks. Nice, alright, beautiful. Just because the left has gone regressive doesn't mean you've suddenly gone progressive. You still don't know what the fuck you're doing. Unrequited love. Good choice. If anyone needs a beatdown, it's this dude, right?
It's interesting how this video, and I have not watched the movie, so I say this in complete ignorance, just based on Lacey Green's, parody, whatever this is. It's interesting that once again, what they're demonstrating is a complete lack of compassion for men by women.
Oh my god.
He's in love with his best friend's wife, and he's never mentioned it to anyone, but he's mentioning it now to her. Is the thing going on there?
Mark, don't make me live with your emotional baggage. You can't control me with your stupid little love notes. Honestly, you were at my wedding, Peter.
Brutal. The way Keira Knightley played it was she sort of stood mostly silently and smiled with a sort of sympathetic and gracious sort of reserve. as if to say, I cannot return your love, but I want you to know that I appreciate it. But I've got to hand it to you. Your version was a lot more realistic.
You're sad.
You might ask yourself, what am I supposed to do? Be madly in love and not tell anyone? But, yes. Is what I would say to that.
So I have something I really need to tell you, and it's kind of why I called you. And here it goes. I'm pregnant, and I'm having an abortion.
I think that is a great idea. So should we skip the rest of the movie?
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay, great.
There are men like that. What's really funny is that feminism seems to want to encourage absolutely no connection between father and child. You know what? I'm fucking done with this. I'm done. I don't know what the hell you people want to create, what kind of world you people want to create, but apparently it's a world in which men do not care about their children in the slightest, or their unborn children or born children, if a woman doesn't want them, or doesn't want them to. So if a woman wants to abort, they have no opinion. If a woman wants to take children that they have raised for 12 years out of their life, they have no opinion. No opinion, none whatsoever. They just placidly accept their fate. Isn't it interesting that all of this is actually judgment of women themselves? This entire video is judgment of women's behavior, judgment of their interests, judgment of the kind of literature they like to read or the kind of movies they like to view. It's all judgment of women. And yet it's directed somehow at men.